Hello everyone. So what we're going to look at is now how to UV unwrap this arm and possibly the hand, depending on how long this all takes and everything. So the arm is not that much different from what we've already done before. So you can either select all these faces on the middle here, do a cylinder unwrap and then planar for the top ones here. I think I'm actually going to go a little bit higher with this one here. Or you can select the edges and mark the seams and rotate it that way. And you can see here how that's already a better option, because if you do it this way, then you've got to make sure you get the angle completely correct. And it can just be a little bit tricky. But if you're not a fan of the mark seamed version, then I'll run through how to do this one again just a little bit slower, just to save you sort of that whole issue there. So what we do is we just simply select the faces that we want to use. We go to cylinder. By default, it'll always be straight up on the y-axis. So we can either click here on the channel box and then click here on whichever one we're rotating it on and then do that. Or we can click here on this little T and this will bring up the move widget. Click on the circle once and then you can rotate it that way. What I like to do when I'm doing that is have this menu up so that I can actually sort of see what's going on there. Now you'll see a lot of distortion happening here. That's because we really need to detach these if we're going to get this to work properly. So again, with planar, and again for this, if you don't want to use the mark seam version, go with best plane, so it will hopefully go there, and it did, which is good. And then same with these ones down here. Cool, excellent. Alright, so that's there. Go to UV show, move that up here, that up here. And this one here, you can see there's a lot of distortion happening here on some of these faces. So we're going to go up to modify and unfold, and that will fix that so that it's just nice and neat all the way around. Low poly versions is still going to get some distortion happening. You can sort of see it on here, but that's within acceptable limits. So we're going to put the arms here. I'm actually going to, yeah, just remembering we've still got the bottom of the arm to go yet, and the hand, so it's going to be a thing. Alright, so that's that one done there. And then we've got this down here as well. So same thing. I'm going to do a little bit similar to what I did with the leg here as well. So first of all, I'm going to try and cut this off because I want to keep that separate. Because when you look at armor and everything else like that, that normally is separate and sort of welded on, so it's okay to be like that. So then do a cut, and then if we go here to show, bring that off here. Now we've got this one here, and the cool thing we can do here is just go modify, unfold, and there we go, already done. Nice and neat. Nice. And then with the rest of this, we just need to, so this, I'm actually going to get those faces as well and attach them to the top here like we did with the knee pads. Cool, so we can see here that this needs to be around the right way, so we're going to rotate it. And then I just want to check something. Yep, so I've gone into vertice mode to make sure that these two vertices mark up, because sometimes the edges can mark up but they don't, and it gets a little bit hard to do because they flip around, and so then you've got to go to modify and then flip things over. It's, yeah, hopefully we won't see that, but if we do, I'll go through how to fix that. So then I'm just going to go down here, and again I'm looking for the inside seam. So I know that this one here is the inside seam, so I'm going to use that. And then I'm just going to cut there. And I'm just going to go cut. And then I have all those pieces here. And then I'm just going to select these ones here, modify, unfold. Okay, let's see how this works. that one I'm really not happy with, so I'm actually just going to go with that selected planar, and I'm just going to go with that because that makes more sense to me and has less of these triangles. I'm really not a fan of just having these floating diagonals. They're a pain to UV unwrap. Whole circles a little bit easier. Not UV unwrap, sorry, to texture. They're just not ideal. That should be connected to this. So I'm just going to move and so, and then just going to go unfold. And here we are with that as well. So that's there, but we've got to move that, scale that down a little bit now, put that in this corner, go back to object mode, control 1 again. Okay, yep, so we definitely need to move that across. Okay, and now got a bit of time, so let's just look at the hand as well. Okay, so for the most part this is another sort of cylinder, if you consider that to be the top and this to be the bottom here. Just a few differences, like for example this has got a little dent in here, so we'll try our best to capture that as well. That should be captured pretty well by cylindrical unwrap. So again, what I'm doing here is when I'm trying to do this mark seams and unfold, I always want to sort of pick where the top of the shape is, pick where the seam is going to be. I'm going to actually pick the seam right in here along where the thumb is, because that will be the easiest to hide. And there we go. Really going to need to fix that. Those are some really bad non-linear faces. In fact, I think when I do this it will actually insist that they're fixed anyway. Right. Okay, let's... Cool. Alright, and then... Okay, so for some reason it sort of cut it in half, probably because of the way it's just done that cylindrical unwrap, but... Merge and so... And then unfold it again, and then... Same with this one here. That's really kind of weird that it's done that. Not too sure why. Okay. Okay, so this is an example here of this needing some flipping, and I imagine it will get that same error that I was looking for before. Let's see if we're lucky enough to... Yes, it will. Okay, cool. So here's an example of something that comes up in UV unwrapping, and we'll see how it goes. So here you can see it from looking at the design. This is the wrong way up, but to look at this, it looks like it matches up, and if we go here to... so it does this. So don't panic if you see that, because all you need to do to flip that is just go here, flip, and then just flip it either horizontally or vertically to try and line that up. And then you'll see now that's a little bit close to what we want. Cool. Alright, so that's that one. Show. Selected here. That one for some reason seems intact, so we're just going to go forward. It's not going to work because it's all still connected. We need to actually cut it some point. I'm going to cut it there because that's where I wanted it to be all along. Again, this is not the greatest model. I'm not going to even try and defend my modeling here and everything. If I had my time again, do this very differently. But now that's been cut, we can move that down as well. Okay, this is a weird one. Don't actually know what's going on here with this one, but we'll find out. Okay, that's kind of a bit more of what we wanted there. So again, like I said, UV unwrapping and modeling is all about finding the right tools. And if one doesn't work, you just go back to the other ones. Because sometimes you can have really good tools and be like, yep, this is going to work, and then for some reason, for whatever reason, it doesn't. So you learn other ways of doing things. So that when one technique doesn't work, you can always fall back on another one. Okay, that's alright. I've still got to do the thumb. But this one should be pretty simple and straightforward. Again, we want that on the inside of the thumb. And then cut. Modify. Unfold. Again, like the body. I did not like the top and bottom. That's okay. So we can just go planar. And planar. I have to say, I find like the UV editor is actually a really good tool just to help you select things, because it's great having UV shell, because rather than trying to select the faces on here, you can just select the entire shell. So I find that really quite useful, because I find selecting things in Maya can be a bit clumsy at the best of times. So anything that helps that is always great. Okay, so we'll have that there. Control 1. Alright, so let's select all these arm pieces now, and let's see. Yep, okay. This is a thumb. It's not going to be very big to see, but these hands kind of will be. So I kind of want to get them right. And let's move them up here. Cool. Alright then. So that's the arm. And that is all done. So we are looking actually now, what's going on there? That seems to be, why are the hips not UV unwrapped? So even though I have done the video, I think this must be a previous version that didn't save properly, because none of these things have been unwrapped properly. But that's okay, I'll quickly do that, and then we'll do, I think that really is actually all of it. I think the only thing that we didn't unwrap that we just accidentally skipped there was this one, so I'm just going to quickly go through and fix what I had in here before, and then I'm going to come back and we'll look at, okay, how do we get all these separate parts and assemble them into one single image there. Okay, so I'll see you in just a bit.